Welcome back. It's week 2 and we need to do some more trades. If you saw my last video, I went over how everything concluded with the trades I made last week. Things that's lingering over to this week. I have 100 shares of BMNR, which we just have to ride this out. I acquired these shares at $32 a share. They're still at, right now, they're at $29 a share. And we're just gonna wait for these to go back up. If you saw my last video, you'll notice we was on a red day. Today things have recovered nicely. We're in the green, which is always a good sign. This is my second attempt of trying to record this video. I made 3 trades today. I did a covered call on the BMNR. I did a credit spread on GLD. And I also did a credit spread on QQQ. I attempted to record this live as I was doing the trades earlier, but software wasn't working with me and I lost it. So I'm doing a recap after the fact. So let's get started. One, I have 100 shares of BMNR and I decided to do a covered call on that. That's where I'm doing a call and it's using my 100 shares as collateral. Now I'll walk you through how that works. Let's see if I go to BMNR, go to options trades. I did this one expiring this Friday, so it's only 2 days to expiration. This one was a little more tricky. Of course, I'm selling a call. I could have did the 9th, and I thought about doing the 9th and doing a 32 strike price. It would have gave me about $60 and it was at a 29 delta. There's no reason necessarily not to do this one, but with the market being so finicky the last couple of the days, I decided to just go ahead and just do something that was ending this week and then reevaluate next week when it gets here, which means I'm gonna get a lot less premium. But I did a strike expiring in 2 days on the 23rd, and I did the same thing. I did the 22nd, and you see the -1 there showing that I sold a call. If I click on it, it was a low 13 delta. I could have been more aggressive, maybe did the 30 down here. No, that would have been too aggressive. Maybe the 31, 30.5, 30.5. If I wasn't in the hole on these shares, or I would have made the trade. But if you remember, I acquired these shares at $32. I don't want to take the chance of selling them at less than $32. And with the covered call, that's what I'm agreeing to. I'm basically saying that, hey, if the price goes to $32, I'm willing to sell them. In this case, I am, because that's what I paid for them. Now I still keep any of the premiums I've made from the other 2 trades, so I'm okay with that. I would hate to do, let's say, the 31 and the stock blast past my strike price, now I end up in the hole on the stock. Don't want to do that. So that's pretty much the extent of this one. I also did a trade on, let's see, GLD, also expiring this Friday. And if I go to it, see GLD, trade options. I like using the builder on spreads just to make for sure I'm doing it correctly. I'm gonna go to the builder. I'm doing a put credit spread. I did a width of 2 and the expiration date is 2 days out on the 23rd. And if we go down, you can see here, I did the 433.31 and I'm receiving about $25 in premium. And let's see, what was in the delta? I think when I put this in was at about a 0.2. It's gone down now to about a 0.6. And last but not least, I did a credit spread on QQQ. Now this one is a little bit different. I wanted to try a new strategy. I'm used to doing weekly trades, mainly on the wheel strategy, not so much on spreads. And everything I've looked into suggested doing spreads much farther out, so you have some cushion if the market goes against you. It's recommended to do about a 45 days to expiration, and then you manage it around 21 days. So that's what I decided to do with QQQ. And if I go to it, let's see, QQQ, trade options, builder, put credit spread. In this case, I did a 5 with because it was so far out. That was the only way I could get anything decent with premium, and it's recommended and suggested that that's a pretty good width for that far out. And of course, for the date, I was looking for something around 44, 45. They didn't have anything. The closest was the 37. So that's what I decided to take. I would rather do the 37 over the 58. That was too far out. So I did the 37 days to expiration. And let's see, let's go down. Here we go. I did the 586 and the 581. I received about a $77 premium. And if we open it up and I click in here, I can see that it has about a 20 delta. This has gone up a little bit. I'm pretty sure when I did the trade, I was right at 0.20 because I wanted something a little bit conservative. And the plan here is to kind of the pros and cons of doing a farther out expiration date as opposed to a closer expiration date. I will do another farther out one next week on IWM, so that they'll be staggered, and then I'll keep one thing that I'm doing either on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. The last 2 weeks have been a little strange because we was close to holidays, so they were short weeks. Well, the first week, it was because I got started on a Wednesday trying to do the content and make the video. The second week was because it was a holiday and Monday was a holiday. So I ended up with short week expiration dates. None of my current trades before today was more than 2 to 3 days. But on average, I want to have about at least a 7 day to expiration, somewhere around there. And then we're going to also add in the longer expiration dates. And we're going to kind of the pros and cons of both. And then, of course, we still have the covered call on BMNR, which we're running the wheel strategy on that at the moment. And that was my trades for today. Pretty straightforward. I was happy to see that the market went up. When I started the day, let's see, I was at 470, 47.69. And at the end of the day, I'm at 48.87. That's definitely going in the right direction. We need to get back to breaking even and moving above. I moved all my trades over to the spreadsheet, which is showing the 3 that I made, the BMNR, the GLD, and a QQQ. And just so for a reminder, in my spreadsheet, because credit spreads are technically 2 different options at the same time, I have to list both of them the way I'm currently recording it. And it's basically adding these 2 together to get the actual trade itself. If I click on the dashboard, my trades today are bringing in an estimated $105. Not too bad. Of course, one of those is spaced way out, but these are the trades I have open. When I close them out next week, I show these closed at the end of the week, you'll kind of see the difference how everything updates. For the month of January so far, I've made $164. This won't populate to over here until trades close. And since I'm doing a couple trades that's going to be farther out, I'm going to almost always have something open. We'll see how managing and keeping a record of the trades are important. It gives you an idea of how things are doing, of what you've done in the past, what things work, what things don't. And I'm going to keep playing with the spreadsheet. You might see some tweaks to it here and there as I try to find ways to better express what I'm trying to do. Other than that, I think this is it. Thanks you guys for showing up. See you in the next video.